Are you ready for a journey? You might want to have headphones for this journey. You know, in a way, this time, what's happening, and all of it, you know, there's so many ways we could respond. And this is my way to speak to this time. You know, I'm offering a wider view. You know, this isn't a view you're going to see on the news. This is the big cosmic view, you know. And so what I've done is I've cooked up a little story. And this is the story of what I saw, of what I felt, of what I knew, and what I still know in every fiber of my being. You know, all those years ago when the light of truth blew my life open, you know, to a new way of being and seeing. And then it spawned this teaching called the Gene Keys. And it's a journey. This journey we're going to go on. It takes about 45 minutes. It's quite long. So you want to get settled. You want to settle yourself down now. You may wish to sit upright. You might want to lie down. You might want to, if you're lying down, you might drift off and you might drift back. You might never drift back, you know. You can stand up if you want and you can move. You know, give yourself this time, this space to go fully into this journey. And also remember, of course, you can do this journey as often as you like, because after we've done this, you know, it's here sitting on YouTube from, you know, for as long as the internet is here. So it's yours, you know, it's all of ours. And I hope you enjoy it. You know, I hope it inspires you to find your own place of inner light in the challenging times ahead. There's some incredible music in this, and by a master musician and who's blended it for us. And I hope it helps each of us to see that we, humanity, are a single organism. You know, we are a being of unparalleled beauty and love. And we have these wings of light, but these wings have not yet opened. But soon, very soon, the wings will open. And we, humanity, we will take to the air, like the dragonfly, reborn from its watery life. And each of us then will be freed at last from the heaviness of this illusion and our fear of death. You know, and then we become this creature of iridescent beauty, you know, free to soar on the currents of eternity. That's where the story's taking us. So this is what I saw, and this is what I know, and this is what I share with you all now. And once we've begun, I'm not going to come back again afterwards, because there's nothing I can say other than this. So settle yourself in, and I really wish you a wonderful equinox. And I hope that this meditation, contemplation, little journey into the light will help you in the times ahead. My deepest blessings to you all. You can close your eyes and prepare yourself. Welcome. I'd like to invite you to rest. Come to rest. Settle in your body. Make yourself comfortable and at home. I want to take you right back to the beginning, to the early times, to the dawn of our human world, to a time of primeval wilderness. when the dew of the dawn hung over everything in timeless delicacy, in matchless beauty. A time when the world was like a painting, a perfect composition of simple perfection. A single ancient tree hovering like a brushstroke, covered in moss, and a silent, still lake with a mist swirling. A great emptiness of being, a great, endless, beautiful silence. Somewhere the song of a single flute. Great, great peace. Know this state of deep, deep peace, as the very base of your humanity. This sweet silence of the dawning world, and rest in its arms for a while, in the quiet of ancient times. I'd like to invite you to come now with your awareness down into your belly, down into your navel, to find the place at the core of your being, the single point, the one point. Let your intuition find this point at the core of your being. And enter in here. Feel your breath moving out and in, Feel your belly soft and open, gently falling and rising. Observe the universal turning of all forms. The soft oceanic turning of the galaxies. The wisps of early evolution as the cosmos formed around these spirals, these endless fractals and arcs. And feel all these arcs emerging, emanations from the formless as it flows into the form. And witness the birth of our universe. How more and more arcs emerge from the core, following the spiral forces of the evolutionary impulse. Pulsations, contractions, expansions, universal breaths arising and falling, arising and falling. And as you're witnessing this, notice perhaps the energy picking up a little as the fractals become more and more complex as time goes on. There are more of them, and they start to crisscross each other, interacting with one another to form more arcs, to form branches and twigs, tributaries, streams and rivers and deltas, all pouring out of the great ocean of being. And follow the game. See how form came into being, how it was sparked by this story of creation. And as it became more and more complex, and a web of interconnections and twisting vortices grew, and each time one arc meets another, through the gentle collision, many more are born, children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and on, galaxies and stars and worlds, on, and the same single source of silence, creating more and more possibilities, more realities, more dimensions, more births. And one of these births is our world. And in the center of our world sits our sun, born of a great mother galaxy. And out of our sun were born our planets, our own set of vortices and cosmic notes. Listen now to the harmony of our spheres. Our planets, gently turning and rotating, asteroids, moons, our solar system with its own symphony. listen to the sound of the earth, our human home. And within the earth, Gaia, again, there are more and more forms, more arcs, crisscrossing, creating mountains, rivers, birds, trees, animals, man, woman, supermarkets, trains, countries, cultures, and countless arcs, all spinning, all turning, all following the same curves from the source, each one unique, but all from the same source. And at the core of Gaia, a single awareness, a collective pattern exploring itself in countless iterations in the theatre of time. And within this theatre, a continuity of consciousness, an unbroken arc going forwards in time and backwards in time. See these countless arcs threaded together. And within this great pattern, now find your own arc. A gentle, spiraling emanation. An umbilical cord rooted in your navel, in your core. This life. And now follow your arc backwards in time, through your childhood, through the portal of your birth into this world, through the point of conception, when the arcs of your parents combined and crossed and recombined to give birth to you. But keep following the arc backwards. Your arc did not appear from nowhere. It arrived from an earlier storyline, from another incarnation. Your arc was another human being before this one, before it met with the arcs of your parents. Out of an earlier death, your present birth came into the world. And before this rebirth lay another death, and another birth, and another, and another. A twisting thread woven together with the threads of countless others. Each death and birth pierced by the needle of time, and all the threads of all the humans woven together to form an exquisite tapestry, a living tapestry of woven experiences, memories and stories, colored by suffering, gilded with pleasures and pains. And each time the needle pierces the veil between the form and the formless, both a forgetting and a remembering. Forgetting in the form, remembering in the formless. Forgetting in life, remembering in death. And all these stories, your story, woven of different cultures and different histories, all returning to the ancient times. And that early silence with the still lake, and the single tree and the great womb. And this human story, this tapestry of light, it's not a flat tapestry. It has dimensions and planes like a living crystal. And as the crystal grows and forms, so through the theatre of great spans of human time, new dimensions are added to the tapestry. These are the epochs, vast spans of time, yugas, each separated also by forgetting and remembering. Earlier epochs of Gaia lost to our species' memory, as an entire new human each time is born. But memory is never entirely lost. Some humans remember, some plants remember. Gaia herself remembers. And all memory is stored inside us, each of us, in our DNA, in the code of life itself. So look back now to the end of the previous epoch, a time before our recorded history. Some call it the time of Atlantis. Many dispel it as nothing more than a myth. But let your imagination conjure up the images that your intuition sends you from within the memory of your DNA. Your body has not forgotten the last great change. The great change is the turning of the epochs. When one vast sweep of the tapestry is turned upside down and a new side is begun. Allow now the images to come. And feel the whirlwind. Each time we enter a great change, all the arcs of evolution form a dense knot together, and a huge pressure builds within the whole. This pressure creates an upsurge of suffering and awakening as the collective prepares for the coming death and rebirth. And the form of the old decays, and a great anticipation burns in the whole. Huge cosmic events shake the earth, the fire, the flood, the cataclysm, the end times. The new human requires a new earth in each epoch. Within this drama, this divine theatre, your arc, your thread remains as strong and clear as ever. No thread can ever be broken. How can one break something woven of light? Always at the time of the great change, there is great fear. But the fear always proves to have been an illusion. However many deaths occur, as many rebirths occur in the next epoch. So bring your awareness now into our time. Come into the time of now. We stand at the threshold of the next great change. Events are occurring sporadically that threaten the stability of the old forms. And as each crisis rises and then subsides, more and more unrest and unease builds in the whole. Come now deep into your body, back into your belly, and allow yourself to feel the collective fear. This is the fear of the whole of humanity. We humans are not islands. We are an interconnected whole. And whatever form the fear takes, we must move through it. The fear is the passage that leads to deliverance. And fear cannot harm us. Fear is safe. To embrace fear, open and soften your heart. This is all you have to do. Open and soften your heart. And feel the compassion that resides in your heart. Think of the children, afraid, quivering in the dark. Open your heart to them and reassure them that all is safe, that no matter what happens, you will never desert them, and that in truth there is no death, so there is nothing for them to fear. Teach the children to trust in the whirlwind. And open your heart to the great change. And the more you open, the easier it becomes. The more you open and trust, the more suffering you allow yourself to feel. You can never be overwhelmed by suffering. You will only ever feel as much as your heart allows. So trust in your heart fully. The more it opens, the more suffering you will allow in, the more you will transform the suffering of the whole. This is our job. And the more you will protect the children, the animals, the innocents. Let it in all the way. There is great grace in the suffering. There is vast love in the heart of the suffering. Feel deep into the heart of Gaia. Feel the embrace of the great Mother Goddess. Feel her arms wrapping around your human heart. Feel her arms wrapping all human hearts. Feel the epic loving embrace, the infinite tenderness of our Mother. And from this place of deep safety, now let more suffering into the fire of your heart. It cannot harm you. It is nothing but the illusion. The moment the suffering hits the heart of the Divine Mother, it bursts into flames of ecstasy as the whole is purged in sacred rapture.
Baba
And together we move in prayer. And with this prayer, we enter into the divine whirlwind with our eyes wide open in the spirit of utter surrender. We trust in you utterly. And after this prayer, we will pause and open our hearts to receive the Spirit of grace. The prayer of transition. Deep Spirit of the eternal waters, Lord and Lady of life and death, we offer homage to you in this time of intense change. We bow to the great mystery of this unfolding and breathe a deep sigh, yielding at last to the sweet inevitability of grace. May we enter the gate with our hearts open. May we softly release the past and open fully into the glory of your light. May all who are caught up in this change find the easy path to their highest good. Great and ancient grandmother of the earth, we convey ourselves into your gentle arms. Great bright Lord of the bluing sky, we release our soul to your boundless winds. May all beings be blessed. May all beings be blessed. As together we journey out of the darkness, and like the leaping salmon, may each of us return to the exquisite and inextinguishable flame of our source. I want to invite you to bring your awareness again back into your belly, into the still point, deep behind your navel, this point of deep trust. And know that whatever happens in the times to come, whatever events overtake our planet, whatever fear ripples through our species, we lie always in the lap of the Great Mother. Now is the time of the Great Purification, and all personal wounds are a part of this great awakening. In truth, there are no personal wounds. There's only the transformation of the suffering of our past epoch. And all must be transformed. And we all do this work together. We all must work together, stay close together, be kind to one another, be friendly, be all that is best of our humanity and bring it to bear in these times. Our goodness, our goodwill, and whatever challenges we face, we can reach out to those we love and allow the warmth of our humanity to be shared, to build community and communal warmth at this time. Nothing is more important. And to offer each other support and solace. If you've been drawn to this great work, you are one of those who may offer this perspective, this love, to others, to those who do not yet understand, to those still in deep forgetting. Hold such people in deep compassion and offer them your heart unconditionally. Feel now the strength of the ancestors pouring through you, lifting your spine, filling you with the deep emanation of your ancestral lineage, of your own personal story arc as it spins through this time of crisis, effortlessly spinning, utterly, peacefully surrendered to the great whirlwind of the mother and her birth contractions. Welcome the contractions. Give in to them. Let the earth and all its inhabitants move through the fires of love. And allow your strength to pour out to all those in fear. Offer them your example as you float and drift, spinning into the vortex of divine ecstasy. All fear surrendered and now transformed. Just you and the Great Mother, calling all beings to join you in sacred reverence, in divine rapture, as we humanity are delivered to our new world, to a new earth, a new body, a new reality, and a new being. And know that the entire universe is also bound up in this great event, as all beings move together through many different portals, each to a higher initiation, a higher octave, each one a step closer to the Godhead. And thus we arrive on a new shore. We look around us, and it's nothing like anything we have ever known before. Everything is new. Look, the earth herself is new. The creatures are still here, but somehow they've changed. They're softer. There are no more biters or stingers. There's no toxin left in this new world. And we humanity, we're also transformed. There's no fear in this world. This is a world without fear. Let your imagination explore such a world. Even the creatures no longer have fear. The weather, too, is different. It's calmer, somehow more voluptuous, emerging almost out of us. The air seems to be made of light. Water is pristine. Trees are everywhere, resplendent, each one somehow more conscious than before. Every plant and bird and insect and fish now seems more alive and conscious than ever. And our awareness is utterly, utterly new. We are one. Every creature is now somewhere inside us, and our awareness moves through them all. But it's free. We are free. We can explore anything with our awareness. Wherever we place it, it goes there. It's already there. But it connects us in depth together. We humans now remember everything. We can travel in our new mind, our diamond mind, into the past to recall all our lives and past earlier epochs. We can even send our minds forwards and remember the future. There's no fear. Finally, we're able to live entirely in the present. Our very body shines with resplendent immortality. It too is a gem that we can endlessly polish and perfect. And there are still perhaps fragments of our forgetting in our being, but our journey now is to perfect ourselves in this new epoch and to return and perfect the garden of the earth, of Gaia. We all are aware at all times now of the collective mind and the collective heart and the impulse of the whole, of the higher mind, as it works through this group soul to explore its new adventures. So much is now available to us. We are capable of extending our mind to perform extraordinary deeds, to travel in time and space, to explore higher dimensions, and to bring the love of the divine to earth, to be gods and goddesses. I invite you to spend some time now exploring the new earth with your higher imagination. Trust in what you find here. Come back one more time now to the navel of the world. And know that herein lies always the still point, the place where all is known. I invite you to visit this place often and build your trust in this cellular knowing. And to conclude this journey, we can say a final prayer together. I invite you to learn this prayer and speak it often. It's based on the Lord's Prayer, but a newer version spoken by the Great Mother. It is the prayer of the new epoch, the Lady's Prayer. Our Lady, who lives at the heart of all form, hallowed be thy name. May thy queendom come. May thy will be done, that heaven may come to earth. Please allow me this day to drink from your sacred silver spring, and forgive me my forgetting, as I learn through your grace to return all non-love with love. And take me by the hand and lead me step by step into the patient valley of your heart. For yours is the earth, my body and my life, forever and ever.